Hi, and welcome to the Cayuga Nature Center. Let's talk about trees. A few months ago, back in springtime, I was here making observations of the life cycle stages of several of the Nature Center's trees. Events like when leaf buds opened up and flowers bloomed. We saw the progression of trees waking up from their winter dormancy to being fully leafed out, and to fruits forming after the trees had bloomed. Now it's autumn, and the trees are changing again. Leaves are turning color, fruits are ripening, and some leaves are starting to drop. The study of the timing of these types of changes is called phenology. The word phenology comes from the ancient Greek word phaino, which can have several meanings, but in this sense it means to appear or come to view. So you can think of phenology as the science of appearance. When do certain stages in plant and animal life appear during the year? And how are long-term changes in the timing of these stages related to a changing climate? The answers to these questions have implications for agriculture, public health, ecosystems, and more, because they address things like changes in pollination, spread of diseases, release of allergens, and predator-prey relationships. At the Cayuga Nature Center, we've identified 5 trees that we follow and observe through the year, and we send those observations to a database managed by the USA National Phenology Network. This is part of a citizen science project called Nature's Notebook, and you can participate too. This past spring, I showed how to use some of their tools for monitoring plant life, how to submit your observations, and some resources to learn more. In this video, I'm going to update you on what's happening with the Nature Center's trees and talk about some of the things scientists have learned about fall phenology. Now it's early October, and the sugar maple's leaves have started to change color. The bitternut hickory and bur oak are farther along. We don't see much green on these trees anymore. The red oak, on the other hand, is still very green. Each tree is different, and trees of the same species in different locations can have different timing. Some of the fruits on the eastern redbud have ripened and turned dark brown. Others are still green. Some acorns have formed on the bur oak this summer, but they didn't grow to maturity like they've done in past years. Instead, they remain small and kind of shriveled, and when I touched them in early September, they fell right off the tree. I'm guessing this is because we had an unusually dry summer, reaching moderate drought conditions here in Tompkins County. Scientists have focused much of their attention on understanding springtime changes, but less on autumn. A few years ago, however, 3 researchers reviewed the latest scientific understanding of how climate change is affecting autumn. These are some of their findings. Leaf senescence is the final stage of a leaf's annual cycle, when leaf cells break down, including the structures called chloroplasts, in which photosynthesis takes place. When photosynthesis stops, the leaves lose their green color, and they turn the brilliant yellows, oranges, and reds that we admire. A study has shown that in autumns preceded by hot summers, leaf senescence takes place later. Summers in central New York have been getting hotter over the last 70 years, so the trees at the Nature Center may experience this effect of climate change. A study of 43 native and 30 non-native plant species from deciduous forests in the eastern U.S. found that invasive species extend their fall growing season by an average of 4 weeks longer than native plants. The leaves of non-native species were able to function for weeks after the leaves of native plants had started to break down. Most of the autumn phenological events studied seem to be happening later, but fruits are ripening earlier. A study of 320 plant species showed that fruits were ripening on average 13 days earlier during the period 2001 to 2010 compared to the period 1940 to 1968. The date when fruit ripens seems to depend on spring temperatures. We still have so much to learn about trees. I like being part of a citizen science project because I feel like I'm contributing to advancing our knowledge, and you can do it too.